this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a lovely way to start things off. Welcome to Tattletales. Thank you for tuning us in. Sit down and relax. You're going to have the best time. In fact, take a moment, run to the phone, and call your friends because we have a dandy for you today. And here the people are who are going to win you lots of money. We have a dandy group out here I can see. Winning money today for the blues section from Chico and the Man, Mr. Jack Albertson and his wife, Wally Albertson. Steady, blues section, steady. You haven't won anything yet. Winning money today for the banana section, Mr. Johnny Man and his wife, Lynn. Winning money today for the red section, Scoey Mitchell and his wife, Claire Mitchell. Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that we couldn't round up an enthusiastic audience for you, but what a super group. We're going to find out where they're all from, and we know where you're all from. Are you ready to go, gang?
You bet.
Hey, you having fun, Johnny? It's your first time with us.
If you're waiting on me, you're stalling.
Oh, okay. We're not going to wait on you at all. And, if you're all ready
Is he
to go?
having fun? He's won the past 2 days.
That's right. Why shouldn't he have fun? He's winning. Here comes the voice question. It's worth $150 to each and every one of your rooting sections. Ladies, can you usually predict when your husband is going to feel romantic? Yes or no? Can you usually predict when your husband's going to feel romantic? Think the words are tricky. Off you go. I say that because can you usually, the word usually is interesting. Predict is also, you know, it's kind of tricky, Jack. What do you think? Can Wally usually predict when you feel romantic?
When I feel romantic, nobody can predict what's going to happen.
Say the magic word and we'll all make a prediction.
Well, can Wally predict when I'm about to go romantic?
Yes.
Well, I think it's hard to say because, you know, if you have to make a few overt moves in the right direction.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
It's right.
Yes.
Usually predict when your husband is going to feel romantic.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
I really, it's hard to say. I would say offhand that no.
No, she can't usually predict it. Because you're rather unpredictable, right?
You can say that again.
Yes.
You said it again, but don't say it again.
Okay, you're your old irascible self. You will say no, she cannot predict. Here she comes.
Is that what I said?
I think so,
Okay.
if I understand the language correctly. Hello, Wally. Can you usually predict when Jack is going to feel romantic? Yes or no?
No.
That's what he said. You get it.
He's very spontaneous.
I'm always reminded, you know, of the girl who says to the psychiatrist, "Doctor, every time I get a couple of martinis in me, I feel passionate." He says, "What do you suggest?" He says, "Well, let's have a couple of drinks and talk this over."
Boom, boom. Moving right along. Thank you, Wally. Johnny, what will Lynn say to this one?
I don't care.
Have a couple of drinks and we'll talk it over.
Well, you know, we've only been married a year and 2 months.
Oh, I didn't
Right?
know that.
Okay. With that in mind, I
Yes.
will say yes.
She
She can usually predict, or she can predict. She knows. I may not know, but she knows.
Oh, I get it. I wonder why he felt the need to tell us it's only been a year and 2 months. Therefore, Lynn is able to predict. You think that after a while it lessens the fact that the predictability becomes...
You know it does,
Oh,
Bert.
I'm sorry.
After a while, you don't care.
Scoey has the definitive statement about that, don't you, Steve?
You know it.
What is that that I like that you say?
I've gotten to the age now and... Yeah, I forgot. Oh, I've got to the age now when a woman tells me no, I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I wanted. The answer is yes, she can. Here comes Lynn. Lynn,
Yes.
can you usually predict when Johnny's going to feel romantic? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's what the man said.
Hot dog. That's
I'm
my
glad I
win.
got it right.
The banana section took that right in stride, as they always do. Thank you, Lynn. Scully, what will Claire say?
Sometimes she doesn't even know it afterwards.
Do you have a certain? I mean, do you have a certain look or a certain
I walk
phrase?
around the house nude.
Yeah, that's probably a good tip-off right there.
She doesn't get it. So you better put something on before you catch cold.
Bert, that's the best line this year.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it.
forget the question. What do you think of that? Who cares anyway? Okay, what are we saying here?
Can she predict when I'm going to be romantic?
Feel romantic, yes. Can she usually
No.
predict that?
No.
She can't, eh?
No, I sneak it on her.
You sneak up on her,
I
huh?
sneak up on her. Scared to death. Just me,
Maniac,
honey.
leave me alone. Here comes Claire now. Claire,
Yes.
can you usually predict when Scoey feels romantic?
Yes.
Yes, that's not what he said. He said no. How come he said...
How come he said no?
I don't know. Why did he say no, Scoey? What
Well-
does he do that tips it off? I mean, how do you know that he's going to be feel romantic?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Well, it's just
He certainly isn't asking
something
me.
that I know, and he wouldn't necessarily know, so.
Yeah. He
I
doesn't...
guess I get a certain scent about me. You know?
You
Let the
animal.
motor come out there. You gonna be romantic tonight? She walks around the house like a hound dog.
But see, I never tell him, so.
Well, guess what, gang? Lynn and Johnny, Wallace and Jack split that in half, and Claire and Scoey are thinking about it. We'll come back in a minute with question number 2. You don't want to miss this one today. I told you. See you tomorrow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Card Sharks.
Buzzer marks 40 years of Card Sharks,
You can win a fortune on the turn of a single card.
shuffling our deck of hosts all month long.
Thank you for joining us at home for Card Sharks.
Start your mornings on
Higher.
a high note.
Win the game. Wonderful.
The Card Sharks Morning Marathon. Weekdays starting at 8:30 a.m. on Buzzer. Let's play.
The cabinets to go.
Now we're here to win. Hi! Question number 2. We have some groups with us today, and I was just talking with them. We have the ZBTs from Cal State. Yes,
Hell State.
okay.
Terrible.
Hold it down, gang. We're run out of time for your money now. Here comes the second question worth $150. This is it. Ladies, it's for you. We assume you're not perfect. I don't know why we assume that, because
How
I
do you
think you're all
say that?
perfect. But tell us, what is the one thing that you'd like to change about yourself physically? What's the one thing you'd like to change if you had your druthers? Off you go. Goodbye, girls. Johnny, what will Lynn say? If she now we said we assume you're not perfect. I think they're obviously 3 beautiful women. But what is the one thing that she'd like to change physically?
Well, I think I can say this on the air, Bert.
I certainly hope so.
I'm going to take a chance, folks. I think the one thing Lynn would like to change.
Scully, it's okay.
But push
I'll
him
take
in there. The one thing that Lynn would like to change about herself physically
Yes.
would be her thighs.
Really? What would you like to do with them?
She'd like to shave a little teeny bit off. But for me, she's terrific, Bert.
Hey!
Right?
Hey, we know that.
I love her. But if she had her druthers, she'd like to just
Yeah.
slender that down a little.
I see. Okay. A little off the drumsticks, you're going to say.
Oh, you silver-tongued devil, you.
A little cacciatore there.
Hey, okay, here comes Lynn. Let's see if she agrees. We assume you're not perfect. I think you're perfect.
So do I.
I don't
Lynn.
care what it
Thank
says
you.
on it. But
Thank
tell
you,
us, what is the one thing you'd like to change about yourself physically if you had your choice?
We better get this right. My thighs.
That's it.
He knew.
Bananas.
Bananas. I don't know.
Yes, we have no.
I think your thighs are terrific, but then I've only seen them from afar.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Thank you, Lynn. Scully, what will Claire say?
Yeah, here we go in the toilet again. I got no idea. It's a choice between two things, Bert. See, my wife has a high thigh.
She has a high...
I'm still on the last question.
She has a high thigh Q? No, she has.
My wife has a high forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And she talks about that. And then she's very conscious of the drop from the waist to the feet. You know how women have the long-legged drop?
No, tell us about it.
What I'm talking about, don't you? You know the drop?
No.
No,
I never heard that expression before.
You know, like from here
I know what
to
you're talking
here.
about.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait a minute. You mean from here to here?
yeah.
What happens?
Come on, Bert, don't do this to me.
Well, you brought it up. I didn't know what you meant.
All right, hold it.
He wants to bring it down.
My wife would like a longer drop in her leg length. It's either that or...
I see.
I'm going to say a longer drop in the leg length.
No, what you say is she'd like a longer inseam. Is that right?
No, that's not right, Bert.
That's not right. The red section just outvoted you.
She'd like to have not so high a forehead.
She'd like a lower forehead. Yeah?
I think they'd like for her not to have so high a forehead, too. A blood.
I don't know how they know, but they know. You're going to say she'd like a lower forehead. Here she
I'd
comes.
like to say about the drop, but they like the forehead.
No. Okay, remember, if it's the drop...
We go for the forehead.
Okay, here she comes now. Claire, yes, we assume you're not perfect, it says here. You know that I think you're perfect. But tell us, what is the one thing that you'd like to change about yourself physically?
That I would like to change.
Yes, dear.
I'd like to be taller.
No! That's not what he said.
Oh, I didn't think we'd get this one.
However, if you were taller, then that would make your hair a little lower.
My what?
Then it would have worked out beautifully.
Well, see, I can't enjoy that now.
No.
Well, that would give her a longer inseam, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you were taller, your drop would be longer, wouldn't it?
Now, honey,
This isn't what we're talking about either.
Sweetness.
Yes.
Darling.
What did you say?
Oh, well, I was talking about, you know, the drop.
You mean the waist drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how you always say that you'd like to have a longer drop?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I said, and you said basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You'd like to be taller.
No, Scully, that's not the same
That's what
thing.
I was saying. That ain't even nothing.
That's not what
it's
you
not
said.
even close. No.
We were thinking on the same level.
Yes.
Jack, what will Wallace say? What is the one thing about herself physically that she'd like to change?
Oh, there are... well,
it's a half-hour show, Jack.
Yes, I know. And I have to be to work tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I would say probably she would like to be a little slimmer.
Really?
To take a little weight off.
She would like to do that. Yeah. Okay, you'll say she'd like to be a little slimmer.
Yeah.
Okay, we can all identify with that. Here she comes. Wally, what is the one thing you'd like to change about yourself physically if you could?
I'd like to lose some weight.
That's what he said. You're right. Well, now, see? Wally and Jack, Lynn and Johnny split the pot in half. It is halftime. We'll change places, fellas. Step to the rear. We'll bring the ladies out front. And Scully and Claire are going to get it together in the second half. You can bet on it. See you in a minute.
With Lumi Whole Button.
Buzzer, 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 buzzer. Hi. Question number 2 coming up. This is it, worth $150 for the rooting sections. We got a good game going, except with one exception down there at the end there. Score, you have El Zippo on the board here, and you've got to do a little catch-up, okay?
Well, Claire's not with me? I'm the only one got El Zippo?
You and Claire have El Zippo.
I'm
sorry. Now, men, this question is for you. It's worth $150. In fixing something around the house, have you ever done more harm than good? Yes or no? Good question. Have you ever done more harm than good when trying to fix something around the house? Think it over. Off you go. I don't know. Is Scully really handy around the house, Claire?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. He's quite handy. But he'll get it all fixed, and then he'll go back to put the finishing touches, and he'll botch it up.
And destroy it.
Yes.
Oh, so the answer is, which is it? Yes or no?
Read the question to me again,
Have you ever done more harm than good in fixing something around the house?
The answer is yes.
Yes, he has done that.
Yes.
Anything specific come to mind?
No, not in the house, but in the office. But it has occurred in the house, too. I just can't think of anything.
Okay. The answer is yes, and here he comes. Scoey, in fixing something around the house, have you ever done more harm than good, sir? Yes or no is what we're after here.
Oh, man.
That thrilled with the question, are you, eh?
You know, a lot of times, because I putter a lot, you know, and a lot of times I'll fix something up and then I do something else and then I have to go back and fix it and stuff like that. But I don't think I ever really do more harm than good. You know?
That's not what Claire said. You know what, though? She said almost that, Scoey. She said you'll fix it and you'll do very nicely, then you'll go back and put a finishing touch on it and botch it all up.
Yeah, but then I go and fix it again.
I fix it again.
No, you don't, Scoey.
That's what I said. I don't ever.
Never do that.
Yeah, you're right, Claire.
Scoey, you're batting 1,000 still. You're doing a wonderful job.
I'm doing the best I can, Bert.
I know that. Wally, what will Jack say?
Does he ever do more harm than good?
Yes,
right?
when trying to fix something around the house.
Well, he actually doesn't do much fixing around the house, but I can't remember any time when he ever botched anything. I'd say, no, he doesn't do more.
No, the question is, in fixing something around the house, have you ever done more harm than good?
No, he's never done more harm than good.
Because he's never done anything, is that
Almost nothing.
So the answer is no. He's like me.
Right.
I can't do anything. Here he comes. In fixing something around the house, Jack, have you ever done more harm than good? Yes or no?
Have I ever?
Yes,
You
sir.
mean on one occasion or a number of occasions?
I believe ever well, that can denote any whatever you'd like it to be, but with the word is ever.
Well, gee, thanks.
Thank you, Jack. I feel like Hugh Downs. But
Good evening, ladies and germs. I would like to say at this time that put a tool in my hand and I'm dangerous. Because I've been known to drive nails into the wrong places, like a table.
Yes.
And,
Hey.
You drive the nail into the table bit, eh, Jack?
et cetera, et cetera. And I can do all kinds of things. I would say yes, I'm dangerous.
No, that's not what Wally said. We got a buzzer and a light at the same time. No, Wally said that you hardly ever did anything around the house, so you hardly ever did anything wrong there.
Hey, Bert.
Well,
What,
that's
sir?
true.
Bert.
What?
You know what I love about Jack's answers?
What is that?
He just talks himself into the wrong one.
I think he started out right. I think you're right. Lynn, what about Johnny? You can get the whole thing for the banana section right here.
Oh, I hope I'm right. I would say he doesn't do that much, but he never really messes anything up.
No.
When he does put a light bulb in or something like that, it's usually okay.
He can handle that, eh?
Yeah, so what would my answer be?
So the
No,
answer
he never...
is no. He has never done more harm than
Right,
good.
that's it.
The answer is no. Here he
Right.
comes. Johnny, in fixing something around the house, have you ever done more harm than good? Yes or no?
No.
That's right. You got it. You got the whole thing for the bananas, too. Woo! 150 smackers right there. They take the lead. We'll come back in just a moment and find out who's going to win it, because the $300 question is coming up in just a second. Don't miss it now. Here we go. This question worth $300 will decide it for the night. If you're ready, gentlemen, or the day. Men, you and your wife have to spend 1 month alone on our famous desert island. You can pack only one small suitcase to share. Will your wife take any makeup along? Yes or no? Good question. Think about it. Off you go. That is a very good question. I find that very relative. Claire, what will Scoey say? Who knows?
Right. Will I pack any?
A month alone on a desert island, one small suitcase for the two of you to share. Will you take any makeup with you?
I hope he'll say yes, that I will.
That you would. Would you, in fact?
Yeah.
You would. So you're hoping, therefore, that he says yes.
Yeah, because I don't know how he thinks about that, you know?
Well, if he knows you, and he hopefully does.
Well, he's always rushing me and telling me you don't need makeup, and I'm always saying, wait a minute, let me just put this on. Let me put a face on.
Right. So you're going to say
I'm
yes?
going to say yes.
Well, okay. Because yes is what you feel. It's the truth. Here he comes. Scoy, we're going to try and get you on the boards with this question.
You finally ask one that I can answer correctly.
What is the answer to this question, sir?
The answer is no, she will not take
No, that's not it. Scoy, I I don't want you to worry about this, Scoey.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
No.
I don't want to play anymore.
Scoey, we're going to have a police escort for you out of the building today. Don't worry about a thing. Sorry about that. Wally, what will Jack say?
Well, I would take makeup, and I think he knows me well enough to think that I would.
And he'd say yes.
I think so.
Here he comes. Jack, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. You're going to be away for a month on this desert island. One small suitcase to share with Wally.
Right.
Will she take makeup along, yes or no?
Oh, definitely she would.
That's it. You got it. You got it. Okay. Okay, this is for the game, Lynn. What will Johnny say?
If we're going to be alone,
for a month.
no one's going to be around, I think he's going to say that I would not take any.
He's going to say no.
If he knows we're going to be alone.
Here he comes. I'll say the question again. Johnny, you and Lynn have to spend 1 month alone on our famous desert island. You can pack only one small suitcase to share. Will Lynn take any makeup along, yes or no? And this is for the game.
No.
Right, you got it. Lynn and Johnny, Wally and Jack get the question right. They split it in half. However, time is up. The Bananas win. We'll return in just a moment. Give the Bananas their bananas, and you know what they're doing right now, don't you?
Whether because of All Now.
The Bananas with Lynn and Johnny won $450. We had $1,000, a total $1,450 for the Bananas. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching us on Tattletales. Bert Convey saying so long. See you next time. Bye.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This program has been edited for broadcast.